All right, what's up, guys? I hope you're doing well. I hope the audio's better. I got an external mic, so we'll see how that goes. Anyways, let's get right into it. So basically, I found an article about Germany extending their let's see, their use of coal for power, mostly due to the whole Russian-Ukraine stuff. Right? Which is to be expected, right? Mostly because I mean, you still have to use energy somehow, but like they don't want to use Russian gas for to kind of protest in a way the whole Russian invasion of Ukraine, as they put it. Um, so Germany is getting ready to prolong the use of coal as the country seeks to reduce its reliance on Russian energy in the aftermath of Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. So currently their coal plants are supposed to run until 2030, which was when they were supposed to end, like stop running. That's their end time. Um, and they might go past that just so that they can to kind of help ease into that transition to go into greener energy. Because apparently, according to their vice chancellor and minister for economy and energy, Robert Habeck, um, basically the goal is to have Germany be energy independent through renewable power, right? So solar, wind, so on. Um, but I mean, you need that stuff to be working in order to do that, and so you have to kind of transition into that and kind of slowly phase out the fossil fuels. And because of the whole all of the politics and everything behind like the natural gas and the oil at the moment from Russia, they're deciding to go to coal, which I'm not entirely sure how big of a producer of coal Russia is, considering the fact that they have a lot of other they're a major commodity producer for a lot of things, and so, but I don't remember what their exact percentage is for coal. Anyways, so again, energy policy is security policy, which is kind of the whole reason they're doing that is the whole national security kind of argument, which is true. I mean, you need energy to live, right? So without energy, you're kind of um, at the whim of other countries, which could not be a good thing. So, alongside a massive boost in defense spending, Chancellor Olaf Scholz announced on Sunday plans to build two new liquefied natural gas terminals, signaling a longer term realignment of Germany's energy sector. Basically, they've been doing the whole green route as basically for the entire energy sector, and so they have to kind of go back on that for a minute just so they can ease that transition, I guess. Mostly because coal is, from my understanding, coal is the most polluting um, energy source, and so you have to. They're having to go from the still polluting but less so, like oil and natural gas, to coal just for the politics of it. And they only produce 35% of their own energy, according to this energy independence uh, graph map. And so you can see the different countries in Europe according to their energy independence, which I didn't know Sweden is mostly energy independent. Same with the Czech Republic and various others, but it's pretty interesting. So, Havoc, the former co leader of the anti nuclear Green Party, even said he wasn't ideologically opposed to extending the use of the country's last reactors, but safety is a concern. Okay, so this is basically going on to nuclear, right? Talking about nuclear reactors. And so, from my understanding, and it's been a while since I read up on it, but I mean, there's different types of reactors. And so, a lot of the reactors that we talk about for like the safety concerns, like 3 Mile Island is just an example. But like all the ones that had those quote unquote meltdowns and just didn't work or were deemed highly dangerous or whatever. They're not built the same way that they used to. There's different, I forget the exact, there's like a naming scheme that they use that I don't remember off the top of my head, but I remember reading it. Um, in the middle of reading this article and everything else, when I came to this point, I thought about how this is something I want to brush up on again. And so I'll probably do another stream later at some point in the week that goes over whatever I find on this, about the different types of reactors and stuff like that. Because it's definitely worth looking into. So yeah, again, the real path to independence in terms of energy policy is actually to phase out fossil fuels. The sun and the wind don't belong to anyone. Which, I mean, see their point. I mean, at least with oil or whatever, you have to have a company or something that pulls it straight out the ground. But like you have to reach in there and get the oil, I guess, for a very, very kind of superficial kind of way of saying it. But the sun and wind are kind of always, I mean, not always there. Just, I mean, you don't have to rent them from anyone. You don't have to, I mean, you have to, I guess, with the operating costs for like solar farms or for wind farms or whatever. I mean, basically, there's just the land and whatever maintenance costs once you construct it, and then like whatever employees you need to run it. Which I'm not sure how different that is from oil now that I kind of think about it. I don't know. Kind of just thinking about it, I'm not sure how much of a difference this makes. So the sun and the wind don't belong to anybody, right? And so I guess that means it's like, I guess when a company like extracts oil from the ground, it's theirs, right? And so then they sell it to whatever, unless it gets nationalized, and then it's the government's. Whereas like with the sun and the wind, it's like you can't really nationalize the sun or the wind. Like it's kind of just there. So I guess that's the only point I see from that. And basically, they want to do all of this by 2035. So in 13 years or so, which I guess we'll find out. And yeah, nuclear is unlikely to be a short-term fix since the country's last 3 reactors are already in the process of being wound down. So like with a lot of these things, like with nuclear reactors, you have like there's a specific lifespan of the reactor, because I mean it's not like you're doing something trivial there. There's very obviously, if you mess up, there are very large costs to messing up. So you don't want to. And so like there's strength of the reactors and stuff like that. So it's not a short-term thing. Basically, my point is like you have to they have kind of a set life, and beyond that they kind of start to become unsafe, to where it's kind of like the probability of a adverse event like a meltdown or something increases significantly after that lifespan, or at least more so than that it has been deemed willing to take, whether that be through permit, through legislation, whatever it may be. Honestly, I'm not sure. I haven't looked into that, but maybe I might find something about it and talk about it later next week, because this is something that I've always been kind of interested in, was the whole nuclear reactors and the energy and all that kind of stuff. So we'll go into that kind of stuff. One of the things I wanted to note was the source itself, mining.com, which, I mean, I've never seen this website, so I don't know how much merit to give. But I mean, they took this map from Bloomberg, or at least that's what it says down in the source. So, oh, pretty interesting. Bloomberg News. Yeah, there you go. I don't know if this might be like a Bloomberg article. They just posted it on here as well because it specifically goes to like coal mining. But there you go. So, not too much of a short video, but still. Definitely interesting. Not at all surprised, just kind of wanted to talk about it. How extending the use of coal, seeing the same thing with natural gas, not in this specific situation because of the politics behind it, like other countries and stuff, and specifically before their whole Russia-Ukraine stuff, there was a lot of like, oh, natural gas is green now. There's a billboard down here in Florida that we drive by every time we go to Panama City, and it says something along those lines. It's like go green, use natural gas, and it's like I thought that was. They're changing their mind again, but anyways, that's all I got for this one. So I hope you guys have a good day.